It's finally here. The day we've all been waiting for, provided you're in the UK. Gyms are finally opening. If you're seeing this video, they're probably opening in the next couple of days. Time to crack on. Get back to the house of gains, rebuild what may have been lost, or continue progressing upon the journey that never stopped. Unfortunately, it may not necessarily be that easy. You've had some time off the gym, about 4 months now, and regardless of whether you've maintained that activity or not, adaptation has likely occurred. This means that your body has got used to doing what it's been doing as it has been doing it for an extended period of time. Although the desire to crack on with the gym and pick up where you left off may be there, depending on your levels of activity during this period, that may not necessarily be the best thing to do. So if you go in, all guns blazing, crack on, load up 4 plates on the bench press and take it for a set of 0 reps, you may hurt yourself. Your trip to the House of Gains may take an unexpected detour and you may end up in Snap City, a place that no one wants to visit, but sometimes we end up going there anyway. Realistically, it's going to be hard. Going back to the gym and understanding that although you may have maintained strength, as I hope you have, although you may not have regressed, as I hope you have not, you may not feel like you're all there. You may actually be deconditioned and detrained, which essentially means that you will not have the same level of ability and endurance that you had beforehand. Not because you're necessarily weaker or smaller or have regressed, but more so because you're not used to training in that environment and you're not used to training those motions and movements as you had been before. Most people have probably been quite limited to equipment during this period, so they would have probably been sticking to very simple movements and just doing them pretty effectively and pretty frequently. Therefore, you're probably very conditioned in those movements, but when it comes to entering new planes of motion or entering new movements or a different range of motion to what you've been training within for the last 4 months, your body may say, hang about, I'm not ready for this. And if that occurs, you may hurt yourself, and that's obviously not what you want. At the end of the day, I'm sure one of your priorities is longevity, training for as long as possible. So I'm not telling you to go in and do nothing. What I'm saying is I wouldn't be opposed to the idea of potentially going into the gym and saying, you know what, I'm going to do a little bit less than I feel like I should. You keep the movement simple and relearn the movement patterns you may have forgotten. You focus on doing few exercises with a little bit less volume than you would want to, but you do them properly and efficiently and effectively. Realistically, it's taking it easy for a few weeks really that much of a hindrance when you've been in a bit of a tricky situation for the last 4 months? Not really. You're doing more than you would have done at home. You have access to more than you would have at home, probably. So it's hardly like you're regressing or struggling to maintain. You're back on that onward journey of progression. I mean, what's the rush? You're back in the gym, fantastic news. You're excited, you want to crack on, but hold on. A few more weeks of building into it and easy into it may not be a bad shout. Just consider the fact that maybe if you actually rein it in a little bit, hold in that excitement and focus on, okay, what can I do in these next few weeks to ensure that not only do I prevent injury and avoid hurting myself, but I also rebuild the foundation so I can begin making gains as quickly as possible. You want your strength to come back, you want your size to come back, provided you've lost some and regressed. But if you end up hurting yourself because you got too excited, that desire for gains and progression again is going to be met with a hindrance of regression again. No one wants that. The wise words of a woman on the internet.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
So it's all well and good me saying, do less than you might expect, do a little bit less than you want to, take it slowly, ease into it, get a feel for training again, refine the motivation, refine the movement patterns and refine the conditioning that you once had. But how can I help that further? So I've put together what I believe to be a simple yet effective training program. It's not a pick up where you left off training program, it's more of a let's ease into training program. It covers basic movements that if you have access to a gym, you will likely have access to the equipment to perform these movements, and it caters to many people and to many different goals. It's free to download, and the link to it can be found in the description below. If for some reason you can't access the link in the description below, drop an email to teamforneverlean@gmail.com and I'll email the PDF across to you. It's nothing fancy, it's nothing exciting, it's just a simple and effective program which I put together which I think may help you. It's more of a token of appreciation and giving back to you, not just for taking the time to watch this and taking the time to support the channel, and also because I want you to be progressing as safely and effectively as possible, as soon as possible. If you have any questions regarding the program, regarding training in general, again, drop me an email, drop me an Instagram DM, whichever you prefer, and let's have a chat about it there. Or drop a comment in the comment section below and we can talk there. Whatever tickles your pickle. At the end of the day, we're all chasing 68-inch glutes, we're all chasing a juicy, nasty fat pump, and we're all trying to make the naughtiest gains the world has ever seen, regardless of goals. If you like the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel, comment on the video, join the TFNL Discord, link below. Any of those things mentioned really help me out and they really help the channel out, so I would greatly appreciate it. Let me know how you get on with the program, and even if you don't download the program, let me know how you get on once you get back into the gym and how things go for you. Let me know how your gym's changed. I'd be curious to hear, after all this has happened, how different gyms have changed in different ways. Thank you for tolerating the video. This hat makes me really hot, and when I take it off, my hair's going to look, ow, even worse than normal.
If he's smart, he's pushed it. Yeah, it's in. Nice. He's not smart.